Hey everyone, Andrew back again and welcome to another DVD Blu-ray horror update. Got a bit more stuff to get through than my previous update, so the video will be slightly longer. And I've also picked up a few really nice additions in this update, so let's get started. Alright, so first up we have Leatherface on DVD. I don't really know much about this movie and I've never seen it before. No, it's got nothing to do with Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I think it's kind of a similar kind of thing, but it's not related to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre in any way, as far as I know. So, yeah, this actually got sent to me via a trade from the Horror Fan Man, so thanks a lot for sending me this as a little extra, and I'm definitely pretty keen to check this one out. Next up we have the Halloween 2 XT Video DVD Steelbook, and I am pretty stoked to have added this one to the collection. It's been ages since I really have added anything Halloween related into the collection, so it's good to add this, and then I have a few more Halloween steelbooks to show later on in the video as well, which is awesome. I actually picked up this along with the other two on eBay for a really good price, and this steelbook's been around for ages. I can remember seeing it in a lot of Halloween collection videos back in the day and in a lot of trade and pickup videos. So yeah, this steelbook's been around for quite some time now. It is pretty rare now, so I am glad to own this one in the collection for sure. And last up for the DVDs we have Holidays, which is a modern horror anthology, and I've got to say this one was nowhere near as good as I was hoping it would be. It had a bunch of different short stories centered around different holidays throughout the year, and I thought that premise was absolutely awesome because it's never really been done before in an anthology. So I did have high expectations for this, and yeah, they definitely weren't met. So this one started off with Valentine's Day, then it moved on to St. Patrick's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Halloween, Christmas, and New Year's. I'm pretty sure that's... oh, and Easter. So yeah, those were all the holidays that were included in this anthology, and there was not really a lot to it. There wasn't really a wraparound story or anything. It just basically went from story to story, which I felt was their first sort of big mistake with this movie. It definitely would have been a little bit better if not necessarily a full-on wraparound story, but kind of someone narrating the stories a little bit, similar to Tales of Halloween, where they just basically sort of introduced each holiday with a little bit of a story and history behind what each holiday means. I think that would have blended the stories in a lot better, and I think the stories themselves could have been a hell of a lot better. Apart from the first one, which was centered around Valentine's Day, and the last one, which was centered around New Year's, which definitely had a very similar style to American Psycho. I found the rest of the stories to be very mediocre, especially the Halloween one. I was expecting the Halloween one to be amazing, and yeah, it didn't really have anything to do with Halloween whatsoever, which kind of sucked. This was overall fairly disappointing. It's a shame because this could have been completely awesome, but yeah, it definitely fell short in a lot of areas. Next up we have Ouija Origin of Evil, or Ouija, however you pronounce it, and I haven't seen the first movie, so I really can't comment too much on that. But this is actually a prequel to the original movie, and I thought this was absolutely fantastic. This one basically centers around a family that sort of basically do like seances as a scam. They've got it set up in their home, and they sort of have it set up so it scams people. until they get a Ouija board and start playing that. There's a few rules when they get the game, and basically they don't follow any of them. And yeah, long story short, basically one of the girls sort of gets possessed, the youngest daughter gets possessed, and yeah, that's pretty much the movie. I thought it was really, really good. The acting was pretty solid. I really enjoyed the 1960s setting. I thought that worked really, really well. The house was awesome, and the young girl that played Doris, who got possessed, she was such a good actor. Really, really creepy. Yeah, this movie was definitely really, really good, and I would definitely recommend it. Next up we have Morgan, and this was actually directed by Luke Scott, which is Ridley Scott's son, and Ridley Scott also was the producer for this one. I don't really know too much about this. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm planning to watch it sometime over the weekend, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. It sounds like it's going to be really, really good, so yeah, cannot wait to check out Morgan. Next up we have, and this is one of the Cinema Cult recent releases. It's actually been a while since they've released anything, or at least anything that I've been interested in picking up. I haven't seen this movie before, and it's been one that I've been meaning to pick up for quite a number of years now. It's a 70s horror movie, I believe, so it's been around forever. But yeah, I've never seen it before, and I'm definitely looking forward to checking this one out. I've heard it's pretty good. Next up we have a couple of Drive-In Delirium Blu-rays from Umbrella Entertainment. So we have 60s and 70s Savagery and Maximum 80s Overdrive. So these essentially are just compilation discs in HD of a lot of different trailers from the 60s, 70s, and of course the 80s. There's a really, really good range on both Blu-rays. Overall, Umbrella Entertainment have done a really, really good job releasing these in HD, and as you can see, the custom covers look pretty awesome. My preference is definitely the 80s Drive-In Delirium volume. That just looks really, really cool with the colours in the background, and then the artwork on the VHS tape. It looks really, really cool. Trailer wise, I'm definitely leaning more towards the 80s disc as well. It's just my personal preference when it comes to movie eras. The 80s is definitely where it's at for me, and it also helps a lot that the 80s disc has pretty much a bunch of slasher themed trailers. But if you're into more of the sort of older, like 60s and 70s Hammer stuff, then the 60s and 70s Savagery disc is really, really good as well. There's probably a little bit more variety in terms of trailers on that disc compared to the 80s volume, but both of them are really, really good, and it's pretty cool just to have a bunch of horror and cult compilation trailers in HD to check out. So yeah, if you're a fan of trailer compilation discs, I definitely recommend both of these releases, and they are region free, which is great. Next up we have Mountain Motel Massacre from 88 Films. So I believe this is number 24 in the Slasher Classics collection, and thanks to Horror Fan Man Grant, this was actually part of the trade. This was the main trade that we did. Reason being, this particular release, 88 Films decided to make a website exclusive. So I know you can get the DVD release from 88 Films pretty much everywhere that normally stocks their releases. However, this one is a limited edition, and I believe it's limited to 999 copies, and it's not really going to get a standard Blu-ray release anywhere until all the copies are sold out. So the limited edition, it comes with a slipcover, which is pretty interesting because 88 Films has never done that before, and it also comes with a booklet, similar to the books that come with the Arrow releases. So pretty cool. I kind of hope that they don't do this with a lot of their future releases, simply because it makes it a little bit more annoying for me to import stuff. Plus, they are slightly more expensive as well. But all the same though, I'm absolutely ecstatic that this movie got a Blu-ray release. It's been ages since any of these companies have really put out anything that's never been released on Blu-ray. I'm kind of a little bit over a lot of these companies just releasing stuff that have already had previous Blu-ray releases. So it's fantastic to see something that's completely brand new, that's slasher related to the Blu-ray format. So big props to 88 Films for this. And I think it's pretty neat that they've released a slipcover release. I'm a big fan of slipcovers, and I like the fact that they've used the original artwork, or what I at least assume is the original artwork, because it's the only artwork that I've ever seen for this movie, on the slipcover, and then they've created an alternate custom cover on the Blu-ray release. So yeah, really happy to see this movie on Blu-ray, and overall this is a nice release from 88 Films. I'm just not too happy about the fact that it's a website exclusive, so it's going to be interesting to see if they continue this trend in the future. But all the same, I'm happy to add another 80s slasher on Blu-ray into the collection. Alright, and last but certainly not least, we have the remaining Halloween steelbook releases that I was talking about earlier in the video. So we have the Halloween 5 and Halloween 6 Blu-ray steelbooks, or metal packs. I basically consider them to be both the same thing. These have been around for quite a while, and I still think they are pretty readily available. I've been really slack on them, and I just have not picked them up. But I came across these two, plus the Halloween 2 one, on eBay as a bundle for a really good price, so decided to pick them up. Not a fan of Halloween 5 whatsoever, but I will admit that this is a pretty cool release, especially from a artwork standpoint. Halloween 6, I absolutely love this sequel. It's one of my favourites within the franchise, and yeah, it's just got such an awesome image there of Michael on the cover, and massive fan of the mask. The mask from Halloween 6 is probably my favourite within the franchise. I just think it looks absolutely awesome. So yeah, not really much more to say about these two releases other than they're really awesome, and I'm happy to add them to the collection. What I'm probably going to do within the next week is do a separate video just showcasing these a little bit more in depth, because there is some artwork inside as well, and I'll be doing the same with the Halloween 2 steelbook. So yeah, stay on the lookout for that video. But for now, this is the Halloween 5 and Halloween 6 Blu-ray steelbooks. Okay, so there you go. That was my latest horror DVD Blu-ray update. Pretty good update. Some really nice additions added into the collection this time around, which is always good. So I hope you've all enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.